Today we're ready to start learning about the yellow level, hard to see in this light, of the Piano Safari Level 1 sight reading cards. So the first card in this level is going to be, it's going to say B1. I'm going to see if I can improve the lighting. Nope, that just makes it worse. Maybe if I stand in front of it, makes it a bit darker. There we go, level B1. So I want you to stop this video and go grab this card. Make sure you have the same card so you can follow along and know what we're doing. All right, I hope you got the card and you're back at the piano. Now, you don't really need to get a bunch of supplies ready, but it is nice to have an eraser for marking your starting notes. So I would recommend grab a marker, rather an eraser from your practice kit, just so we can mark the note on the piano where we're going to begin. So right away it says right hand 1 on G. So RH stands for right hand or red hand. We're not going to look at this one quite yet. We'll look at it in a minute. So right hand 1 on G. So the first thing I'm going to do is find the G that's kind of close to where my red hand's going to play. Middle C is here. So there's a G, nice and convenient. And I'm going to get my red hand ready. Finger 1 is my thumb, and I'm going to put it right where that eraser is. Okay, so now that you know where your fingers are going to go, we're actually going to backtrack for just a second, and we're going to look at the rhythm. So notice how it's pretty much just 4 tas in every group. Nothing too tricky. And in fact, our 4 tas, we often say Charlie Chipmunk. That's our animal rhythm for that. So let's go through this first exercise here and say Charlie Chipmunk. Charlie Chipmunk, Charlie Chipmunk, Charlie Chipmunk, Charlie Chipmunk. Great, okay, so the rhythm's not really too tricky. But notice how we have to change finger numbers on those rhythms. So that's going to be a little bit trickier. Now, it's a great thing is actually to tap on your card or on a hard surface. That way, if you make a mistake, it's not going to sound wrong, because one of the things with sight reading is we have to learn to keep going, even if we make a mistake. So it's a great idea to practice it on something that doesn't make a sound first. So I'm just going to do it right on the card so that you can see. So I'm going to start with 4 ones. 1, 1, 1, 1, 3, 3, 3, 3, 2, 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 1, 1. And I'd probably recommend not doing that right on the card, because that's a bit tricky, but trying it maybe on the hard part of your piano or a table or even just your lap. Okay, now it's time to try on the piano. So back to that G, finger 1, and we're going to give it a try. 1, 1, 1, 1, 3, 3, 3, 3, 2, 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 1, 1. All right, stop the video, and I want you to play it. Notice how I used tall giraffe fingers, and that I was keeping a nice, good, fuzzy house the entire time of playing. All right, so now you're done playing the right hand part of the card. Now it's time for the left hand. You can do this on a different day or on the same day, depending on how much time you have that practice. So this one says left hand 4 on C, left hand or blue hand, LH. So I'm going to grab my marker, eraser thing. I'm going to find a C that's good to play with the left hand. So this time I went a little bit lower on the piano because my left hand is on the lower side. And I'll move my camera over a bit. Okay. So now, again, just like before, it's probably a good idea to start off kind of figuring out, okay, left hand, finger 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Right there. So that's where I'm going to be putting my fingers. Now we'll look at the rhythm. Looks like the rhythm throughout the entire card again. So it's a different rhythm, but it just repeats. Just like we had up here with Charlie Chipmunk, this one, da da da. I don't know if you remember that one, but that is our tall giraffe. So let's try saying it together. Tall giraffe, tall giraffe, tall giraffe, tall giraffe. Okay, now we'll do the same thing. We'll use our fingers to tap the fingers that it says on the card in the right rhythm. So we're going to start with 4, then go to 3, then 2, and then we step it back down. 4, 4, 4, 3, 3, 3, 2, 2, 2, 2, 3, 4. make sure that you double check your work by repeating the part of the video where I play it for you to make sure that you didn't make any mistakes. When you're done that, come back to the video and we're going to look at the rhythm. Alright, you're back. So before we tap the rhythm, which you can do several ways, I'll talk about that in a second, we're going to preview it and look at the different animal rhythms that we use. So this one right here, 4 taws, we already talked about that, that's Charlie Chipmunk. This one right here, tee-tee-taw, tee-tee-taw. It's actually the same rhythm twice, tee-tee-taw. And that's our kangaroo. So we have 2 kangaroos, another Charlie Chipmunk, and then another 2 kangaroos. So before we do anything else, let's kind of point to the card and say the animal names. Charlie, Chipmunk, kangaroo, kangaroo, Charlie, Chipmunk, kangaroo, kangaroo. Now, go grab a rhythm instrument if you have one. You can just use your hands to clap. Or, another thing that some students like to do is to pick a note on the piano and just play the rhythm on a note on the piano. Any note you want. You can even make a song out of it. I'm going to show you 3 ways, and then you can try whichever way you like the best. So first I'm going to clap the rhythm. Charlie, Chipmunk, kangaroo, kangaroo, Charlie, Chipmunk, kangaroo, kangaroo. Now I'm going to pick any note on the piano, and I'm going to do the rhythm just on this one note. Charlie, Chipmunk, kangaroo, kangaroo, Charlie, Chipmunk, kangaroo, kangaroo. Now, if you're really having fun and you want to extend this activity further, you can improvise a song that uses this rhythm. Now, we've talked about before how the black notes are probably the safest notes for improvising because you really can't make them sound bad. So you feel free to use the blacks if you like. I'm going to use whites just because we're starting to use some more white notes and I thought it'd be kind of fun to give them more of a try. So I'm going to pick one of the positions that we did just now, right hand one on G. You can pick anywhere you like, though it doesn't have to be where I am. And then I'm going to use different fingers, whichever fingers I decide, to play the rhythm. So they don't tell me the finger numbers here. I'm just going to make them up to make up my own song using my rhythm pattern. Okay, let's give it a try. Charlie, Chipmunk, kangaroo, kangaroo, Charlie, Chipmunk, kangaroo, kangaroo. Alright, so that was Piano Safari Level 1, Sight Reading Card Level 1B, and that gives you an idea how to approach all of the cards in this yellow level.